All right, so today is day 200 of the challenge. Things as far as updates go. Number one, logo is still being worked on. That's just taking some time. I did touch base with my print guy to get all the documents I need done for my life insurance business. That's been taking a bit of time. There's been a lot of back and forth between the two of us trying to make compromises and figure out something that works well for the both of us. Long story short, we finally landed on getting some things done. And so actually I need to check my email because he's supposed to be sending me over the final proofs for some of the documents. So that way he could start with the printing tomorrow, or at least the processing of the printing. He did say that it's going to take a couple days for it to actually get done. And then, so because there's a lot of different documents or several different documents that I need for him to print out for me in multiples, he and I had decided a couple weeks ago that it was going to be easier just to send it over one by one to make things easy and simple rather than him doing all the entire packet all at once. But yeah, so anyway, that's being worked on. So today, I need to check to see if I got the proofs in my email, so that way a decision can be made on what we're going to move forward with. And then aside from that, I spoke with a lady today about life insurance, and she is someone who had a work policy back when she was in her 30s. So she had a policy through her work, and she had recently found out. So now she's near retirement. So she's, what is she, 62. She's 62 years old, and she's about to retire, and she finds out that her life insurance policy is not going to carry with her into beyond her work. And she was very frustrated finding out that information from HR, and that she wasn't going to be able to take the policy with her. And she was very frustrated because she had been at the same job since she was in her 30s. And she was like, if I had known. So basically she ended up saying, so all these years I've been paying for a policy that I can't even take with me. If I would have known, I would have gotten something separate long time ago back in my 30s, rather than paying for something that wasn't gonna, follow her. And, when she was telling me this, she's definitely not the first person that I've heard that from, and I'm sure will not be the last as well. So something that I just want to kind of advise everyone, like, work policies are great. I love work policies because they're super cheap. Your employer pays a percentage of it, and then you pay a percentage of it of the policy as well. But usually the employer pays the majority. But something to keep in mind, the majority of the time, those policies do not follow with you. So if you are relying on a policy that you have with work, it's still really beneficial for you to have a policy outside of work, because anything can happen. I've heard of situations where people end up sick, and after 6 months, they lose their life insurance coverage. Now they're without life insurance. I've seen situations where people lose their job, and now they're left without life insurance. Sometimes, just things happen, whether, it is the fact that you lose your job, you change jobs, or whatever. Those policies are great when you can have them, just because they're so inexpensive, but it's so important to make sure that you have something outside of work as well. So if you're someone who's relying on a policy that you have through work, I would highly, highly, highly recommend that you look at an option. Look at your options for a personal policy that you have control over, so that way you're not in a situation like that where you do lose your job, or you do leave that job, or whatever it is, you still have protection for your family. Anyway, guys, that's just a little bit of food for thought. This is my journey to business and entrepreneurship. Have a good night. I'll see you guys tomorrow.